It was Valentine's Day, so that prompted us to have a look at a couple of trends that went out about Valentine's Day. And one of the things that I thought was very clever was the fact that 50 Shades of Grey, the movie, was released on Valentine's Day and took over cinemas, particularly here at home, with the broadcast. So what we did was we did a comparison between the words Valentine's Day and 50 Shades of Grey over that particular period, and what the results are quite startling. 50 Shades of Grey accounted for 50.12% of the reporting, and Valentine's Day came in at 49.88%. Found that quite an interesting and quite a quirky statistic. 50 Shades of Grey there was quite clever, having been put out at the right time, in the right set of media. However, what we have seen is after the movie's been viewed, is the reviews have been shocking. Also, it has also now sparked on social media, particularly a bit of an outrage about abuse against women, violence in the home, and that sort of thing. So people taking to the other extreme now, as far as the movie is concerned. Nonetheless, I think it was clever timing on their part. In our market study this week, we've had a look at fuel, oil and gas in South Africa, and we've picked out the top 5 brands in our country. So that's Total Fuel, Engen, Sasol, Shell and BP. And we've compared their share of voice over a period of 60 days across news media only in South Africa here at home. And what is interesting to me is how little press Engen actually gets in news media. They accounted for only 8% against the other 4 brands in our country. Top of the pile is Shell Petroleum. They came in at 30% of the coverage. BP and Sasol are neck and neck, coming in at just under 21%, and Total coming in at 21%. What is interesting is when you look at the peaks and valleys of these particular brands. So over a timeline, it's interesting to see who triumphs and who takes a dip during certain periods of the month. We've seen some really big peaks for BP on the 3rd of February, and that can largely be attributed to the surge in the prices of oil at the time, and the US exchange and how it impacts on us here at home. Also, for Shell, there was a pretty big day on the 29th of January, and that is largely attributed to investor pressure. So not so many good reports as they are bad reports, actually, as Shell slid to an all-time low on the FTSE at the time. We also see Total peaking on the 21st of January, and that is largely attributed to oil and the traders' hope for investment cuts on a limited set of supply. So oil and gas may be good for the price slump for you and I at home, may be really good for us because we can put petrol in our car a lot cheaper. But for our big names here at home and their representation in our country, they are taking a bit of a hammering over a timeline of 60 days.